All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen all over the world, and welcome to our amazing Wednesday, where we go an extra mile and break down the Royal Q opportunity into an amazing extra way for you to have clarity about the opportunity and to make decisions depending on the understanding of the application. All right. Beautiful morning here in the Pearl of Africa, here in Uganda. My name is Julius Kabanda. Basically and purely, I want to respect the presence of different leaders on the call. Protocol observed. I see we have Leader OBM, we have Mr. Mbiru Spirito, we have Mr. B. Tadeo from Cavalry, we have Batatunde, we have Bola, we have Constance, we have Batra from India, we have Leader Dora, we have Stefasta, we have Leader Elizabeth Stali, we have Leader Mary Franklin, okay, Kolawale, we have Shema, we have Samantha, we have Grace, we have Huntington, we have Happy, we have Henry, we have iPhone 3030, we have Phillips, Julie K, Eli, we have Mohammadi, we have Moses, we have Leader Hadija, we have Leader Monsi, we have Leader Nosifo, we have Leader Paul, we have Skim, we have Taffy, we have Queen Wealthy, we have Warlife, we have Zachariah, we have Dr. John, we have Kojo. Welcome, Protocol Observe. Okay, so today is a Wednesday, and on Wednesday we really go an extra mile to look at the passive trading way, how we can use our Royal Q passively to be able to make some profit along the line. Okay, so basically and purely, when we got started in the opportunity, some of us didn't know how to approach the market. Some of us didn't know how to understand all these parameters. We were trading blindly, and I would personally say, I'm sorry for all those that didn't persevere, and those that have felt harmed, and they didn't persevere through these times, right, into the learning phase. And basically, maybe they got annoyed and they have basically left the business, all right? They feel annoyed, they feel harmed, and they feel they should not continue with the business any longer. So I'm sorry for you. I basically wish you all the best for those that have left the business. And I pray that you never meet hurdles elsewhere you may be you travel. Because entrepreneurship, ladies and gentlemen, has some hardship. There are basically two kinds of people. those that focus on the challenges and say, okay, the challenges are too much for me, and they better pack their garbages or their property and they leave. And there are those that focus on the solutions to the challenges they face. Basically, that is how life is made. It has hills and valleys. Most of the people over the world, once they meet the hills, they give up. They only want the smooth parts of the life. And basically, life doesn't work that way. So if you have been able to go through the hurdles of the times of the business, and now you are here, it is important for you to understand some few things that we are going to talk about today. So basically, without delay, allow me go into some few things here and there. Right. Today, I'm having some good floating loss. I have one huge one. Let me try to see if I can open it up. One huge one. I just want to share. This was caused by a few mistakes I personally did. But all right, I'm going to talk about that today. I'm not a passive trader. I'm not also a cycle trader. I'm a one-shot trader. That is me. So you can choose, but today I'm not here to talk about one shot. Basically, I'm here to talk about the passive trading way. And so I'll use my personal trades to express the approach to the market. Remember, where the focus goes, the energy flows, all right? So I will basically and purely today talk about passive trading. Okay, now, when we just look at the market, ladies and gentlemen, this is one of my sweet floating loss. I basically have no problem with it. It has negative 113. I just need to open up the margin calls, but I will show you how this can be done in the next few minutes. I stopped the margin calls, I myself. Okay, I stopped the margin calls, but I will open them up. All right, so I'll open them up, I think, by the end of the call. So let's get started into the training for today. And I will basically look at what are we supposed to know. So if you are a passive trader, your goal is basically and purely to make between 10% to 5% on a monthly basis. As a passive trader, that is your goal. And this basically and purely gets back to you making choices. There are two different choices you can make as a passive trader. One, you can decide to set the parameters by yourself, or you can use what I call the trade masters. When you decide to use the trade masters, who of these trade masters would I recommend? There are so many trade masters that are here. So many trade masters, basically, they are here. On these trade masters, we have a grand upline. This is our grand upline. He calls himself BlackRock. This is our grand upline. This is Nizam Sahar's cycle trade. This is him. This is his cycle trade. And when you go through the details, okay, let me see if I could find. So this is he says, each user is encouraged to use 50 to 80% of their capital. Surplus capital can be used to repurchase when a drastic price reduction occurs based on the preparation determined by the trader. The bot trading has been set repurchase of 60 times of decrease. So users are encouraged to flow with a minimum of 2 installs, maximum of 20 pairs. Minimum capital provided by the user is 360 USDT per pair and will be used for 30 layers. The setup first buying amount is $10. The maximum capital provided by the user is 770 USDT per pair and will be used for 60 layers. Setup, the first buy amount $10. The users are asked to raise a one-shot button every time they make a sync strategy. So these are the instructions. Someone is going to use this type of a sync strategy. Trading digital assets and their derivatives is very lucrative and risky and can result in some or loss of account funds. Before doing spot trading, users should ensure that they understand the nature and the rules of spot trading and decide whether to participate in spot trading based on their investment experience, purpose, financial status, and ability to bear the risk. So this is one of our grand upline, and this is his trading strategy. So, ladies and gentlemen, before I go into details, you decide not to sweat the plasma and just follow a copy trader like BlackRock. One coin, $360, and it will trade for you 30 margin calls. If you have 770, it will trade for you 60 margin calls. And if you love this, maybe you want to trade 5 coins, you just get 360 times 5. 360 times 5, and that will be $1,800. And you trade your 5 coins. If you want to use this one that has more, then you times 5. This will give you 3,850. You trade 5 coins. Now, this is when you decide to use a copy trader. Here, you don't need to know anything. You just follow the instructions. And if you love the copy trader, what you do, maybe this is him, you just pick it up, then come here where there is a BlackRock strategy. You tap on his strategy, then you tap on sync strategy. Okay, the first buying amount, it says 10 because they are using hobby, but I'm going to use Binance, I will encourage 15. The number of pieces will depend on your capital. If you have 360, like you said, then you put 1 coin. If you have like $1,800, then you put 5 coins. Then you sync the strategy. Automatically, after you have synced the strategy, the robot will go into the market. Mine will not buy. Will go into the market and purchase for you 5 coins. Let me get myself out of this sync strategy. All right, and it will buy for you those 5 coins. That is how simple you trade. Another copy trader I will recommend is called Crown Jewel Michael. This guy, his trading strategy, so you apply to join, all right? Okay, this is his strategy. And he supports trading in 4 exchanges. All the 4 exchanges, that is Binance, Huobi, Coinbase, and Indodax. All the four. And so, why do I recommend this guy, or why would I recommend Crown Jewel Circle? Basically, it is a simple understanding. If we go to his, let me just get back here. Okay, just a minute. Okay, just a minute. So if I go to his website that he provides into his chart, this is called the Crown Jewel Circle website. So, and he explains in his cycle what you are supposed to do. And he gives you depending on your capital. So he says if you have $195, you'll trade one coin, and this will take for you from the current price 20% dip. If you have $300, you'll trade one coin, it will cover 8 margin calls, and it will cater for 30% dip. If you have 450, you trade one coin, it will have 10 margin calls, and it will cater for 40% dip. If you have 750, it will cater for one coin, and it will cater for 50% dip. If you have $1,050, it will cater for 55% dip, and it will have 13 margin calls. If you have 1,500, it will cater for 60% dip. Now, if I want to use this guy's sync strategy, I would just get in here. Then come on Jewel Circle, apply to Jewel. Then I go straight away to this area where he says Crown Jewel Circle strategy. And maybe I have 1,500 I want to use. The first buying amount remain 15. Then I will have to put in one coin. If that's what I do, tap on sync strategy. And basically, ladies and gentlemen, my robot will go into the mine, will not buy. I already picked it up, mine buy. And it will buy one coin, but mine will not buy. So this is the strategy. So those that love to sync strategies, to use copy traders, remember, you always pay a little percent. On BlackRock, it is 0.9, but on this guy, it's 0.1. Now, why would this be good and BlackRock good? This guy says, that there's a that the robot buys low and sells high. He says the fact is that there is not one person alive who can predict how low or how high a particular can go. Also, if the robot buys low, then there should not be need for margin calls because it is as low as it can get. That's the simple logic. So the objective is to benefit from the volatility of the market, which is existing at all times, irrespective of bullish or bearish conditions. Billions are transacted daily market. This creates volatility. Hence, the robot buys at an appropriate time based on the mathematical formulation to take advantage of the volatility. So the capacity of the robot to do meals and speed trading gives another advantage to capitalize volatility, because every second when it comes to scalping trading matters. So he goes an extra mile and even gives you videos understanding his trading strategy. I hope those that were asking me about a sync strategy have been able to answer that area. So if you are interested in learning how to provide personal instructions to your robot, I think I've gone an extra mile to give you where you can go personally. Seek a strategy, forget about anything and anything to deal with the trades. Just wait for the robot, buy and sell for you, ladies and gentlemen. Unless some have a question about thinking a strategy, I would love to have only 2 or 3 questions. Then I'll take you through the other way of trading. If you have a question about thinking a strategy, that was your goal, you want to think a strategy, then I would go an extra mile and answer your question in the chat, or you can raise up your hand and I'll be able to answer. So with thinking a strategy, all right, I say hand here. With thinking strategy, you don't need to learn anything. You just follow the settings of the strategy. Right? Yes, Joy. Yes, Joy. Joy, please.
Hello, Julius.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you. I just want to say thank you for all that you do. God bless you.
Bless you.
Okay. My question is, I'm into a lot of dip. In fact, for some time, I've not been trading because of my dip. I have dip as some of them are like 70% dip, some 65% dip. Is it possible for me to use this strategy you explained this morning to gradually pull out my coins one by one from the dip, maybe add additional money?
Okay, I hope as if you are not asking about how to think a strategy, I'm going there. I hope I went there to people with floating loss.
Okay.
It comes to floating loss and foremost, you need to understand that it's part of the demo, right?
Yes, I understand.
Before you pick a trade, pick a particular coin that you want to trade, all right?
Okay.
But remember, RoyalQ is quite different from other businesses. Is that I must pick a trade if I want to trade personally without using the sync strategy that I understand. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
Yes.
It's the first thing. Now, for example, we need to first understand what causes the floating loss, all right?
Okay.
Let me pick BTCST. You see, it has a floating loss of 47%. You see this?
Yes.
And it has exact amount that has floating is $1,116. Hope you see that.
Yes, I'm seeing it.
Okay, now what people get confused is this. The change in percentage is how this coin is performing in the market now. Not how this coin is performing as I picked it. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
Yes, I'm getting you.
This is the current performance of the coin in the market. Not according to me, because me entered at a different time zone, right?
Okay.
Okay. Now, what causes the floating? One, you see this average price?
Yes.
The difference between the average price, right? The difference between the average price and the current price brings this return rate.
Yes.
Now let's get into the calculator. So when we see this is 34.32, right? That is the first time the robot entered in the market, right?
Yes.
Minus the return rate, which is 47.07%, which is 47.07%. You see, it will take me to the current price, which is 18.1 7. You see this one?
Oh, okay.
So the difference between the first time the robot entered the market on an average price of my entry in the market and the current price gives me the return rate.
Okay.
So once I get the average price minus this, all right?
Yes.
It gives me the current price.
Yes, I can see.
Now, if you see, if I want to enter this trade, all right? And I have such a huge floating loss, I must be able to understand that there should be an importance of what we call the margin calls. This one.
Okay.
These are the number of times we want a robot to enter the market. So these times, the robot has gone into the market 32 times. All right?
Okay. Yeah.
And it displays down here, if you see where they take profit. You see the take profit at 21.30. It's the last margin call it bought. That's the 32 margin call it bought. So that's when this robot will sell. So if I'm suffering from any floating loss, all right?
Okay.
I have two options. One, I can open more margin calls.
Okay.
To allow my robot keep buying,
Okay.
all right, as the market is going down. So it keeps on buying and selling as the market is going down, all right?
Yes.
Or I can pause this trade, all right?
Okay.
And wait for the bull run.
Okay.
Then I say, okay, now what am I gonna do? I'm gonna find other coins I can trade.
Okay.
Until this coin will return. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I close my margin calls, this area here where you see open margin calls.
Yes.
Right? I close my margin calls, like now they are closed, and I say, okay, with BTCST, I'll wait until this coin will return because it will.
Okay.
So I wait. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I get maybe my $300 that I have, and I find other coins I can trade for now.
Okay.
So you have two options. You can open more margin calls, all right?
Yes.
Like for example, if I'm trading this coin, I start it up, all right? Maybe I want to add in more $100, all right?
Okay.
What will I say? I'll start from here. I'll say, what is the current price of BTCST? It is $18, all right?
Yes.
I go to my calculator. I put 18.17, all right? And I say, how much deep do I want to go with this coin from its current price now? Then I say, I want to go, let me say 50% deep.
Okay.
Then I'll set my margin calls, catering for 50% deep from the current price until this coin you get at $9. You get it?
Okay.
Then I come back to this coin, all right?
Okay.
I tap on trade settings, all right?
Okay.
Then I say, I want to go from the current price, all right?
Okay.
I want to go 50% deep,
okay.
all right? Then I'll say, how much capital do I have? How much money do I want to use? Let me say I want to use $100, all right?
Okay.
Now, $100, what is my first buying amount? Then I say $100 divide by, I want to use how much? Let me say I want to use $30. Then I'll have 3 margin calls, which is not okay. Then I say 100. Let me say divide by 15. I'll have 6 margin calls, all right?
Okay.
Then I say I want to use $100 for 50% in 6 margin more calls, all right?
Okay.
Then I get back here. I already have 32 margin calls. You get it?
Yes.
So I want to add in more 6. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
Then I'll say 32 plus 6, it is 38, right?
Yes.
Then I'll come and edit here. All right.
Okay.
Then I go to the margin call configuration.
Okay.
I come from number 32. This is done. Then I say from 33
Okay.
to 38, I want to put 50% deep.
Oh.
Get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Then I come here, I say, okay, now this call, how much, if this market falls down, let me say by 2%.
Okay.
Okay. Then I say here, there is no particular, then I say this one be 4%. That is how much? That is 7%, right?
Yes.
Then I say here, let me go for 4.5. That is how much? That is 8.5 plus that is 10.5, right?
Yes. 11.5.
It's 11.5, huh?
Yes.
Okay, sure. This is 8. 8 plus 2.
10.
10.5.
Okay, it's 10.5. Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Then I come here, I say, let this be 5. That is 15.5, right?
Yes.
Now from my 50 that I want to go deep, 50 minus 15.5, I'm remaining with 34. 34, if I divide this by 2, 17. All right, then I say, okay, let me come here and I make this when the market falls down by 15. And when the market falls down, let me say by 15. All right.
Okay.
Then I add this up, which makes this, let me say the other one was 15.5. Am I right?
Yes.
Plus 30, which is 45.5. Then I still get back to the current price, 18 point, let me say 17 minus 45.5% until this coin will get at 9.90.
Okay.
Now, the question would be, why don't I start huge? I don't start huge because I want, if I put 15 here, all right?
Okay.
And 15 here, it means my robot will take longer to buy. So I want it to get quick involved in the what?
Market.
In the market. Then later, let it take longer to buy.
Okay.
Now, then I get to my margin call configuration. Remember, I have $100.
Yes.
This is 1, 2. Now, remember, my first buying amount is 15, all right?
Yes.
So 15 times 0.67, it gives me 10. Now 10 times 6 gives me $60, all right?
Yes.
Then I still have how many dollars? I still have 40.
It's 9.8.
Yeah, close to there. So what I do, I'll come and play with these margin calls. I say, okay, now here I want when the market goes down by 2%, let my robot buy twice. So it will, instead of putting 10, it will now put 20.
Okay.
No, it won't put 20 because my first buying amount is 15, which is 15 times 2. This would be $30. All right. Then I go to this second call. I hope you are getting the picture now.
Yes.
So I come here, I say, okay, now how much am I? So you set your margin calls depending on the money you want to use.
Okay.
And how far are you pulling this coin to a certain price? Then if I'm remaining with 30, this is 30, this is 40, 50, 60, 70. I'm still remaining with $30. So I'll put also 2 here. And I save.
Okay.
So it means I'm opening my margin calls again with $100.
Okay.
Now, since my strategy mode is in the submit mode real-time settlement, all right? This coin will have a floating loss, yes, of -47. But it will keep on buying and selling as it is still going down.
Okay.
Is it clear to you now?
Yes.
Beautiful.
Then the floating loss will start reducing gradually.
Yeah, the floating loss. Now, what you need to get into your clear mind is this also. Floating loss is part of the game.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So what causes the floating loss to get down is first and foremost is if you want to get your floating loss down, you want it to pull. This is the only way you can pull. If you want to pull the average price closer to the current price, it can basically be faster done by what you call manual replenishment.
Okay.
If you want to pull, all right, what
Yeah.
I'm saying, you want to pull the average price closer to the current price, it can basically be done by what you call manual replenishment.
Okay.
So we have buttons here. Let me move slow now. I hope everybody will get, I'm going to move slow. We have buttons here. One is this one. This first button is where you are making a decision to say, I'm getting out of a cycle. I'm now interested in the one shot.
Okay.
Bingo. Then it moves from one shot to a cycle. What does this mean? In a cycle, you mean my robot keep buying and selling, buying and selling, buying and selling, buying and selling. When you tap on a one shot, you are saying, robots, once you rise, sell everything, return my money back to me. Don't buy again.
Yeah.
So this button here we call the sell button is the area where you can sell at the current price. Now, when I tap on sell, I tap on market price. It shows me how much I'll be losing.
Yeah.
The only risk in Royal Q is when you manually sell by yourself. But if you don't sell, you'll never lose.
That's true.
Now, let me give an example of a selling button. What's the difference? For example, I have this coin called EOS, all right?
Okay.
If it has not yet bought more than 4 margin calls, all right?
Yeah.
It is still, I can still change it back to the whole warehouse mode, this one.
Okay.
But if it has bought more than 4, it has bought 4 margin calls, these ones, I can't change it.
Okay. Why?
That's why, yeah, that's why when I'm trading one shot, I keep my margin calls more than 5 so that I always have the submit mode real-time settlement.
Oh.
In my mind, I have a feeling that if the market goes against me, right,
Okay.
I can get back to the mathematics we did with you and say, okay, what is the current price of EOS? It is 1.180. All right. How much am I ready to go deep with this coin? 1.180. I'm ready to set my margin calls 50% deep. Then I'm okay with this, all right?
Okay.
Then I'll go and open my margin calls for 50%. So my robot will keep on buying and what?
And selling.
And selling, even if it is in floating loss. I don't know whether you understand me.
Yes, I'm getting it.
Now, the strategy mode, if I change it to the whole warehouse mode, and now I want to sell. See the difference? I can come here and tap on sell.
Okay.
Then I tap on market price.
Mm.
Then I say, on my $109, I want to sell off only 50%.
Okay.
So I can sell off half of this money.
Mm.
But you can only do this when you are into the whole warehouse mode.
Okay.
Now, also,
my coins don't sell when I want to sell. Okay.
now also, if you want to sell, all right, you want to put in what we call a sell trigger price. For example, you are trading a one shot. Okay. Let me first go to, I hope I would talk this about on Thursday, but let me here. Maybe it would get some sense. All right, let me look for this coin called ES. There are some good coins trade, but I'm not into picking of coins. It is here. All right, EOS. All right. Okay, now maybe I come and look at these coins. Those that I come look at this coin, say, all right, I want this coin to sell. Let me say, all right. Okay. I'll basically, the reason why I'm doing this, I'll basically look at a high volume area. Those that understand this, and I say maybe I want this coin to sell here. You see, at 1.1, I want basically to sell here 1.1256. You see there? I want this coin to sell that price. So I'll come here and put on the sell button. Sell. Then I here where you see the word market price. This one. Okay. I also want this coin to sell at 1 point. Let me see. 1.256. 1.256. That's when I want this coin to sell. All right.
Yeah.
Then I tell how much do I want it to sell? I want to sell, let me say 100%. Then I confirm. That means my robot will wait until this coin will come and hit this area.
Yes. Yeah.
So I can use the sell button area and also the take profit area.
Okay.
That is not why I'm here. The reason why I'm here is to talk about the replenishment.
Okay.
Now, let me this area of, if I want to reduce my floating loss drastically, I come here and I tap on the buy button. Then tap on the market price. Then I say, maybe, usually I advise those that want to do this and you have good capital is to use the correct position amount. So the position amount in this scenario would be 2,375. You see, if I do this, my floating loss will move from -47 to -23.
Oh.
My average price will move from 34.32% to 23.75.
Wow.
So the goal would be able to move the average price closer to the current price. What if I double this by 2, which is close to $4,000? I want you to see the magic now. It will get my floating loss from -47 to -17. My expected average price from -34 to 22. Now let me use coins with the little money, because you know things with huge money scare people off. People might quit the Zoom, might run out of the Zoom. Let me use this. Now, let me use this. Okay, be market price. Then I drop here, let me say $140. Look, my floating loss will move. There'll be a drastic move. Close the current what? The current price. So if you want to move your floating loss drastically, then you need to do what we call manual replenishment.
It's okay.
Margin calls can do it, but the margin calls you are lower. You know, the margin calls can be able to do it if you are using what we call the martingale strategy. When I talk about martingale strategy, you are using this. You see, this is here. This is one that has power to pull the average price close at the current price, because every purchase it doubles. You see the doubling formula. I don't know you get it. This is the only one that has power.
2, 4, 8, 16, 32. Okay, yeah.
It has the power to pull the average price closer to the current what?
Price.
Right. But you know, this involves in a lot of money.
Lots of money, yeah.
Yeah, you need to have sufficient capital. Hope I've been able to answer you. I get back to my topic.
Yes, you have. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Bless you too. All right. Having drawn a clear picture to you now, gentlemen, I want to go into the main topic for today. And the main topic for today is basically passive trading. Oh, I can't see this. Why do you want to see me now? You focus on the people can focus on the information, focus on the person. What do you want to how does seeing me affect floating loss? Nothing. You focus on the information. I'm available. I'm here. My face is common. So today, just excuse me. I know. Allow you have some believability. Maybe someone wants to say, "Is this thing real?" Yeah, I'm available. I'm home. Someone is insisting in my chat. Let me see. Seriously. All right. Okay, I'm here. I hope now who was worried you okay. I'm here, sir. Very available. I'm here. I stay home. I hope now you're okay, sir. So I can switch off my camera, share my screen. Right? Share my screen. I hope now you're okay. Let's get into the topic so that I'm available. I'm not hiding. I hope now things are okay. So let me now switch off my camera, because when I share my screen, you cannot see me, okay? So let's get into the main topic for today. Now, what do we want to talk about today? I want to go into passive trading, and I want to paint a clear picture of the future. But before I want to go to particular, what are some of the coins you can trade passively if you don't want to use a copy trader, right? You don't want to use a copy trader. You want to pick certain coins by yourself, and your goal is to make between 5% to 10% per month, all right? Okay, now let's get into that. All right, there are basically a few coins you can trade to that. One is Ethereum. It's a good coin to trade on a cycle. 2 is BNB. It's a good coin to trade on a cycle. 3 is Bitcoin. It's a good coin to trade on a cycle. Now, people who are trading coins like BTCST on a cycle understand that this coin is highly volatile and it can give you huge floating loss, but you can still trade it. People who want coins like Wi-Fi, it's a good coin trade on a cycle. Now, this must be done if your risk type is aggressive risk management. All right, now let's get into how to trade these coins. First and foremost, I'll look for Ethereum. It's one of my favorite coins on a cycle and also on the one shot. Right here is Ethereum. Before you start trading any of these coins, there are some important things, especially leaders on the call. Before you select this coin for this person, the first thing you need to look at is the current price of this coin. Now, the current price of Ethereum is 1,604.84. So you go to the calculator with this person that you are trying to pick a cycle. 1,684, if I'm right, 83.94. 95. Okay, now the current price. As a team, we have come up with margin call configurations. And the first margin call configuration is 53% dip. Now, once we subtract this minus 53% dip, it takes us to over $791. That means our trade will get stuck. So when I talk about a stuck trade, ladies and gentlemen, this is a stuck. Let me show you a stuck trade. Let me show you. This is a stuck trade, ladies and gentlemen. This is a stuck trade. This trade is stuck. That's why its floating is increasing. Why? It's a cycle trade, but whose margin calls are closed. So remember, I picked this trade at around this price, 34.32%. Let me show you because this is very important. People come to me 34.32. That was the price minus the margin calls I used were for 83%. It means I was able to have my margin calls until this coin gets at $5. So it means I should not have a stuck trade. My trade should continue up to 18, up to $5. So up to here, I will have floating loss, but my robot should be buying and selling. If you have understood that, give me some thumbs up. If you have understood that, give me some thumbs up, because that is what you need to tell our people before they pick a trade. When will your trade get stuck? Because unless someone understands when their trade will get stuck, they will come for you. They will always be in your chart. Now, someone may be saying, Julius, why is yours stuck? All right, mine is stuck because I also faced challenges like you also face. Why? Sometimes I become greedy. I transferred the money. I think I was teaching someone how to pick a trade and told me my upline, pick using yours. Then I transferred my money from that trade. I transferred it to another trade. Then I didn't remove it. So I moved the money to another trade. I'll open my margin calls again. So look at the current price, right? That's very important. For example, let me get back to Ethereum. It was 1,600 and what? Where are you, ETH? Come here. 1,686. 1,686.72. So our trade settings, our $200 settings, they cater for 53% dip, which means from the current price, your trade will get stuck when this trade gets at 792. Now, this must be fitting in your mind. The people who traded which coin? BTC went was at $40. Now this coin went their margin calls up to 53% dip. It stopped here. And now they are on my neck. Julius, my Ethereum, I put $200 after making money, mine is stuck. Check. Check. I told you it will get stuck. Is your mind okay until this coin gets at $18.8? If this doesn't work with you, please don't pick the trade. If it doesn't work in your mind to say, okay, this trade will get stuck when it gets at $18.8, my $200 the robot will have used it to buy the coin up to there. And once you see it at $18 and it's no longer buying, it's no longer selling, don't come to me very tough like some people come to me. I don't own the market. I don't know how deep the coin can go, and I don't know how high the coin can go. So before you pick the trade and you are using the $200 settings, say, what is the price of which coin? If you want trade on a cycle of Ethereum, 1,687, 1,687. I'm using my $200 settings. 53% dip. 700. And now once you find Ethereum at $600, my robot is no longer buying and selling. My robot, please understand before you start. Let me go to Bitcoin. I want to give all these examples so that people stop coming to me very annoyed as if I own the market. But Julius, you are answerable. I'm answerable to what? If you don't get it, please, minus 53%. That is when your trade will get stuck for BNB. If you find BNB at $100, don't come to me and say, my robot is doing nothing. It's the settings you put. If you see this is very near, then go for $500 settings, 83%. Then if this works for you, then don't come to me, because now some people even come to me very annoyed. I have my money, the robot is not using it. It's using it slowly. Please don't come when you are annoyed. You said you want to trade until this coin gets stuck at 54%, $54 from here to here. Now it is only to 321. My money is too much, it is there. Be patient. I want to make sure that everybody gets this point. If you get it, give me some thumbs up, because it's the big deal. Unless this gets into your mind, if you want to trade on a cycle, please don't come on cycle trading. If it doesn't get into your mind, don't come, because your trade will still get stuck. So you must know the price when your trade will get stuck if you are picking up on a cycle. If you are having floating loss, and you want to open more margin calls, start from the current price and see when are you okay when your trade will get stuck. Can you pause a trade that is stuck and wait it to start rising? But leader, even if I pause the trade, I see it continue going down without starting it again. It continue taking money. No, there is a challenge here. Let me pause my Ethereum. Let me pause my coin. Which one? BTC come here. Now, I have a question. If your margin calls are closed, where does your robot take your money? It doesn't take any single coin. The challenge is that you people focus here. You focus here. This is happening to the money, the position amount that you have already entered in the market. The more the coin keeps going down, the more the floating loss percentage keeps increasing. That's all. But since your margin calls are closed, the robot is not picking the money. Even if I come here and I post this trade, I don't affect this coin from going down. Where is it? Let me show it to you. This will continue. If it goes to negative 50, this will increase. If it goes to negative 60, this will increase. But the robot is not taking any of my money. No, you see it is increasing. This goes proportional to the amount of money I invested in the coin. When you pause a trade, you don't affect this coin in the market. No. The reason why people pause trades is simple. Maybe they want to wait until this coin will pump up. Maybe when they look at their floating loss, it makes them feel bad. They store it here and say, once you will return, me have left you. Then as they're going through their trades, they find that it has overperformed. Maybe you want your coin to overperform. I remember in the last season of this coin, if I could show you, I'd paused it. Let me look at its transaction records. Maybe I could show you that. Let me see if I could find it. This is Cycle. I want to go to when I paused it. Let me see. I paused this BTCST when I had put in $70. Let me see. Let me see if I could find. I'm answering this guy. But I may not find it. It's very far. It looks like it's very far. Very far. I think I can ignore. But once you pause your trade, it can return. You can come and check it up when this coin has performed. So it will not sell. That's the it will not sell at your take profit. It will wait until this the market will bounce. Like you see, this is in the sub sell. Yeah, it is. This coin has been floating, but it has been delivering. So I just need to go back and open my margin calls again, so that my coin can continue floating as it gives me money. I may not find this. It is very, very far. But that's the importance of what? Let me just give it one more chance trial. But as long as these sub cells are still here, let me check up here. Let me check up here. If it is less than 7 days, it can't open up. It was here. I found this trade once the day it gave me $647. I found it after I'd paused it up. Right. I hope this one I've answered. Please follow the topic. What happens when I'm trading a coin with $100 and it reaches 100 USDT floating loss? Nothing happens. You be patient. What happens? Nothing. What happens? Nothing. Just be patient. Nothing happens. You sell. If you want to prove that it sells, you sell. That's when you will lose. Is it proper for people with more than one account to set a cycle trade for BTC with another account, while another is on floating. If you have another account on RoyalQ, you can have 100 settings if you have more than one account. Just be patient. These things of treating RoyalQ like a joker, where you are playing cards to win money for free. Trading is patience. There's nothing that happens. You remain patient. I want to go back to the topic. You know, certain questions are like people's feelings about the market. But once you give your robot, then you me, I'm okay. By the way, I'm one of the people that when I enter floating loss, I'm okay. All right. Especially, I just need to be patient. The market bounces back, then my money returns. All right. How I would not go into questions. Now I've forgotten where I had stopped. No. Unfair. I'm not coming to your questions again now. I'm getting lost where I stopped. No. Okay. All right. Now, looking at the current price of the coin, I said that's the first step, leaders. You want to trade for someone, BNB on a cycle. What is the current price of BNB on the cycle? How much capital does this person have? Someone says, I want to use $200. Beautiful. You tell him, okay, now our $200 settings, this is 321 minus 53%. Your trade will get stuck at this price. He says, I'm okay. Then you ask him, how much capital do you want to use? Then someone tells you, I want to use $2,000 for BNB. Then you say, okay. Then you go to the settings of BNB. Trade settings, you edit, you choose strategy, and you go to the $200 settings, which are these ones. I'll not go through them because we have already provided them. Maybe I'm going to explain. I'm going to explain because everybody needs to understand this area. I'm going to explain this area. Now, the first buying amount. What is the first buying amount? The first buying amount is the amount of money you want the robot to enter the market for the first time. The open double is the instructions you order the robot that whenever you go into the market, keep doubling everything. The number of margin calls. Okay, this I'll go a little bit more. Someone asked me, how can I know the number of margin calls if I'm not interested with using your settings? You do this. Let me go to the calculator. If you want to know how many margin calls you want to play, and you don't want to use our $200 settings, this is what you do. Your capital. You have, let me say $200 settings. You have $200 capital. Divide by your first buying amount. Let me say it is 15. It gives you the number of margin calls. Let me repeat. If you don't want to use our settings and you're okay, because if I say 15 times 12 plus the first buying amount, it takes me back to my capital. Let me repeat. If you don't want to use our margin call configuration, and you want to determine how many margin calls you want to set. Get your trading capital. Divide it by your first buying amount you want to use. It will always give you the number of margin calls you need. If you want to use $1,000 for, let me say, BTC, and you want to say your first buying amount should be $30, divide 1,000 by $30. You'll get the number of margin calls. It means in your margin call configuration, whenever the robot will be going into the market, will be putting in $30. If you want to use $500, I'm allergic to something I don't understand. I don't know whether the person I'm supporting in Kenya, the one opposing is the one winning, because I'm allergic to something I don't understand. But I'm sorry. It's not my behavior, right? It's not my behavior. Just a minute. Yakubira keda sebo ni meeting. Ni meeting yakubira. So $500 divided by your first buying amount you want to use. Let me say you want to use $50 your first buying amount. It will give you the number of margin calls. It means whenever your robot will be getting into the market, be using $50. If you have understood that, give me some thumbs up. I'm Njoroge. I don't know what's happening. Kenyans, I voted well, so no pressure, please. No pressure. If you have understood, give me some thumbs up. That's how you come up with your what? With your margin call configuration. If you are having any coin you are having that is having some floating loss and you want to configure it out, right? You want to set up your margin calls. You want to find out how far you want to go with this coin. Simple formula. Let me repeat once again. I'm sorry. I will not switch on my video. I'm sorry. For someone who wants to see me, please, I beg. I'm getting some allergy. I hope the person I'm supporting is the one winning in Kenya, because things, if they turn away, I will not like it. So that's the first step. Get how much capital do you want to use? What is your equity? What is your funds? Remember, the people who are quitting Royal Q, they just don't understand how these things are working. When people quit Royal Q with funny reasons, I was listening to one today. I just laugh and I don't get involved. I just laugh and I move on. Someone was giving me reasons. I better go to return on investment. I said, okay, I wish you safe journey, because they don't understand. Now, if you have understood, you want to do 10 margin calls. Your first buy now, you say, I have $1,000 I want to use for this coin. Let me say BTC. Divide by the first buying amount you want to use. Maybe you want your first buying amount to be $100. Then the number of margin calls will be 10. Then you ask yourself, what is the current price of this coin? Let me say BTC is at $18. How deep am I ready to go with this coin? Then you say, I want to go 120%. You want to trade this coin until it gets to $3. Then you say, what is the current price of Bitcoin? Let me say it is at $24,000. How deep am I ready to go with this coin? Then you say, I want to go 100% deep. Why is it giving me 0? But this is 120%. Why did it give me 0? Let me make it. Okay, maybe you want to go 150% deep. Maybe you want to go 80% deep. Maybe you want to go 50% deep. Maybe it's up to you want to go 30% deep from the current price of the coin. Then you say, how much capital do I want to use for this coin? I want to use $100. Okay, $100. Divide by my first buying amount to be 15. I'll have 6 margin calls, and I'll set my 6 margin calls 50% deep. If you have understood that, because that is the basis of our business. If you have understood that, give me some thumbs up so that you can go and trade peacefully. If you don't understand that, don't get yourself involved in the market, especially on a cycle trade. If you don't understand that, don't get involved yourself in the market, because you will start crying tears of a lion. If you don't understand that, don't get involved yourself on a cycle trade. I need some more thumbs up, unless there is a problem in this class. I need some. Yeah, I'm praying. I will not say my person I'm supporting in Kenya, but I pray things don't turn around, because I will not like it. So that is as simple as that. So we need to basically say, I missed that point, leader. Let me repeat, because unless you understand that, before you go in for margin call configuration, before you go in for anything, that is the first point. How much equity? How much equity? How much capital? Are you ready for this coin you want to enter on a cycle? Because if you don't get it, everything will be berserk. Let me repeat. Let me repeat. Now, calculator. You don't need to be a mathematician. You just need to have a calculator. How much capital do I have? 150. That is the capital I have. Which coin do I want to trade? Bitcoin. What is the current price of Bitcoin? 24,000. How deep am I ready to go with Bitcoin? I want to go 53% deep. It means I'll trade Bitcoin until Bitcoin gets to $1,128. There, my trade will be stuck. My robot will not be buying nor selling. Then you go to your margin call configuration. How much capital I have? 150. What will be my first buying amount? $15. How many margin calls? 10. Then you go and set your 10 margin calls to cater for 53% deep. I want to get off this. Then I go to my last sharing. I hope now it's okay with everybody. I hope it's okay now with everybody. That is the most important part before you pick a coin that you want to trade on a cycle. If you don't get it, please don't get involved. Now let's go to understanding this area. I'll take a screenshot and be able to use my screenshot. I hope we're okay here. We're okay here. Now this one, you can use our settings that we have. We are catering for our $200 settings that we have provided. are catering for 53% dip. Our settings are catering for 53% dip. I hope that is clear. Our settings are catering for 53% dip from the current price that you are joining the trade. And they have 18 margin calls. Now our whole position take profit is 1.3. Why? It's because we want to take little profit from the market from call number 1 to call number 4. This caters for call number 1 to call number 4. Our callback is 0. Why? If the market rises to 1.3, the robot should immediately sell. Sometimes the market, if we put here a figure, let me say 0.2, sometimes the market might go high by 1.3, but it will not sell until the market tries to go down by 0.2. That's why we prefer a 0. I hope we are all okay from here to here to here to here. Our margin call configuration. Now, our margin call configuration for $200 settings that we are using 0.67 because if we get 15 times 0.67, it gives us 10.05. So we create our margin calls, the 18, to be equal to around 180 plus the first buy-in, which is equal to around $195. So they cater for 53% dip. And from call number 1 to call number 11 gives us 11%. And from call number 12 to call number 18 it gives us 42%, which gives us 53%. And any coin you want to trade with a $200 settings, as long as you're okay with the current price minus 53% dip, you can change your first buying amount to anything. For example, if I make my first buying amount $50, it means the margin call configuration will be 50 times 0.67, giving us 33.5. Means whenever the robot will be going into the market, it will be going in with $33.5. This times, ladies and gentlemen, times the number of margin calls, which are 18, it gives us $600 plus 50 our first buying amount, it gives us $653. This means it's the money we want to use for this coin. And your trade will not get stuck unless from the current price of $18 minus 53%, if this coin gets at $8, your robot will keep buying and selling, buying and selling, buying and selling, buying and selling, buying and selling. If you have understood that, I want to go to the last part. That's the margin call configuration. Now, why is our buy-in callback little? Sometimes we want a robot to buy faster not to take longer to buy. So if we put a bigger figure here, we want when a market falls down by 1% and just rises by 0.1, a robot should buy. Our distributed take profit allocation is also little, although we can increase it anytime we want. Why? Because we on a cycle, we want a robot to keep on buying and selling. Once the market gets down by 1% and rises by 1.3, a robot should sell. Either from the fifth call to the last call. We are taking little profits from the market repeatedly for a very longer period of time. Next is the sub position callback. We still keep our sub position callback 0 because we want that once the market rises by 1.3, our robot should immediately sell. But if we put here something, let me say 0.3, it means that the market can rise by 1.3, but the robot will not sell unless the market gets down by 0.3. This has an advantage because if the market has momentum, the robot will wait for the market to rise, let me say by 4%, and only sell if the market gets down by 0.3. But when you have a 0, once it rises by 0.3, the robot will immediately sell. I want now to see your questions because I'm done. No. Wait to get done, Julius. One more. Why is Royal Q the best? If I have a capital of $5,000 that I want to use for BTCST, and the current price of BTCST is $18, and I'm okay with 53% dip up to $8, this coin will get stuck. And I make my first buying amount, for example, $500. It means that $500 times 0.67 is 335. This times 18 margin calls is 6,000. Okay, I'll keep it at this just to cause an understanding. If this is more than my capital, plus $500, it means I need a capital of 6,530. Now, if the market rises by 1.3%, which is 0.01, and the robot buys and sells 100 times in a day, $335. It means whenever the market goes down by 1% and rises by 1.3%, my robot will be giving me $4. If the robot buys and sells in a good day, 50 times a day, I'll make $217. If it rises 60 times, buys and sells, I'll make 261. So those that were on my neck about this result, it depends on the momentum of the market. There are days that coins are highly momentum, like the robot is buying and selling 80 times a day. The robot is like crazy. I saw it one day, it did 100, it did, I think I counted 365. So if I had good capital, I would make 1,589. So with good capital and good market momentum, you can always make a lot of money. I'm done. Now, question. Drop in your questions. I'm now very ready to answer your questions. I'm now very ready to answer your questions about the topic. Sometimes people go off topic. You are going to Dubai, someone asks a question that is taking you to the grave. So make sure your questions are on the topic. You are going to Dubai, someone brings a coin that is taking you to the grave. Can one change the selling price to be met by the robot in case when it had set a high return that can't be met? I don't understand this question. Please clarify about the 3%. No, it is not a standard setting. What measures should be put in place? As a new baby in the market, with the knowledge I gained today, what measures should be put in place? I don't understand you. Sam, if my robot is failing to buy a coin, what can I do? Check your settings. I don't know the average. I don't control the market. That the number of times the robot can buy and sell, it depends on the momentum of the market, which I don't control. Is it necessary to change the strategy mode to submit more real-time settlement? On a one shot, if I set more than 5 margin calls, yes, it is important. If the market goes against you, you can open more margin calls. What measures should be put in place before trading? Now, this is a general question. I don't know what you want because I've answered your question. I told you what you need to know. Get back the person who introduced you to the business, maybe to take you through maybe the first steps. Maybe I don't know what you want to know, but I've generally given you what you need to know. If my robot activates more than 5 margin calls before I treat the cycle mode, does it open? You can't change again. If my robot activates more than 5 margin calls before I switch it to cycle mode, does it operate on a cycle? If I change it, you can change anytime you want. Please, sir, try to put 18 margin calls on for us. I don't understand this. Can I edit the settings I had been set recently? You can edit anytime you want. People are asking me for the margin call configuration for the $200 settings. These things, you come here. Let me show you where they are. Because this leader is not new. The one who asked has been in the business for some time and he attends training. Attends training. I think I'm going to block the chat system on this group, directly chat, so that I can allow less messages so that people can usually locate the information. So someone who knows how to provide settings for Telegram, come to my chat, we do a Zoom together and you help me. Because I think I had provided the $200 settings here. Leader Doris, can you drop for me the $200 settings on the Telegram group?
Okay, my leader, I'm on it.
Now request Leader Doris should do that for me. She's my friend. She'll do that for me so that someone can check them up. Please help me with help me on setting. I'm trading with $30. Are you anybody trading less than 200? Please go for one shot. I can't set a cycle for 30. No. Yes, we can, but you know, it is too little. in good spirit, not in bad way. Someone should not get annoyed. $30 going for the one shot. I thought it will change itself if I set more than 5 margin calls from warehouse to submit. No, it will never. It will never. It will never. The robot doesn't change itself. It listens to the instructions you provide. Yes, Wealthy Queen. Drop your question, please.
Good morning, my leader. Thank you very much for all the explanation and the sacrifice of time. Please, I'm trying to wrap my head around understanding something with the cycle trade. I've just done a cycle trade once on the BTC ST, and there are a couple of things I've observed, and I'm trying to match it with the lessons here during the training. I have 2 questions I need to ask on the cycle trade. The first one is I noticed that, okay, I have 18 margin calls, but then the bot will buy, even on a particular margin calls, I'll see several buys, and I'm wondering, several buys and sells. Is it that it hasn't gotten to the percentage drop for the next one? Is that why it's buying it a couple of times? That's what I don't get. And now, I remember when I bought it, it was, the first buy was like 19.57. And if we are talking about the margin calls drop, that you should be able to be in the market until when it gets to like 18 margin call drop. Let's say the price, I'm thinking the price should be much, much lower, as that when it's getting to 18 margin calls, the price should have been maybe like 17 or 18. But I saw that it bought the 18 margin call at about maybe either 21 margin call. So I'm just trying to understand how it works that way. Is it because the bot sell, when it increases, it buys again, it sells at a higher price and buys immediately again? That's what I'm trying to understand. I hope my question is clear. Thank you.
The questions are many and they are technical, but I will answer slowly. Now,
thank you.
The first thing, don't mute yourself. The first thing you need to understand is that the margin call configurations we use are not into the martingale strategy. They are not multiplying the previous purchase so that the average price gets closer to the current price. You need to get that right.
Okay.
Now, 2, the robot can buy and sell one call even 100 times because it buys it, maybe say the market falls down by 1%, all right? And it rises by 1.3, all right? So the robot sells. It buys again immediately. Let me just wait. Let me see if I have that explanation with me. Just give me 1 minute. It's a rare explanation, but I pray I find it. It's one of the rare explanations I give, but let me see. Let me show you how the robot buys, right?
Thank you.
Just wait. Okay, as I explained to you, so it can buy and sell. Okay. All right. Okay. A lot of information. I pray I land on it. Just wait. This is September. Be a little bit more patient. Finding all right, just wait. This thing seems to be far. Okay. September 2021. I need to go down. When did I join the business? I closed there. It's a rare explanation, but I rarely use it. I just need to make sure I find it. Okay, if I fail, I'm going to use physical explanations but I wanted it because it really provides a clear picture. Someone who's new, but to understand. Okay. It seems this is far. I need to take off my own time and find it. I need to take off my personal time. Okay, just 1 more minute, ladies and gentlemen. I've opened one file. Let me see if it will open. So basically, I just want to show you how does the robot buy during an upward trend and how does the robot buy during a downward trend. That's what I want to, because if the particular coin you're trading, let me say you're trading BTCST and it's on its upward trend, right? The buying and the selling is different when this same coin is at a downward trend.
Wow, okay.
So that's what I want to teach. All right. I think, okay. All right. I want to teach the working principles. Okay, the working principles. Okay, let me start from okay. Just bear with me a little bit. Okay. Come back on Zoom here. All right. Okay, now let's go into the working principles. Okay, these are rare charts, but okay. All right, so let me start with the Royal Q working principle, all right? Can you see my screen?
Yes, my leader.
So the essential principle of quantitative bots is that it uses a certain strategy or model to buy low and sell high in the spot market. And that's the spot trading. But we need to understand that it uses high frequency trading to obtain profit. Now look at this picture. You see, it buys here. I don't know you are seeing.
I'm seeing.
It buys here, sells here. And you see, it then buys up here. You see what it does and sells here. Then it buys up here. You see that? And sells here. You see what I'm saying? It buys up and sells high. It buys high and sells high. It buys high and sells high. You know what I'm saying? In an upward trend.
Okay, okay.
So this can be one margin call. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
Yes, I'm getting it.
That's why I say that if the market, we only make too much profit when the market has momentum. The reason why we make it of profit is because when the market is slow, you get what I'm saying? You see, the market is like, let me say this, what traders call sideways. It's like the market is like very slow, very slow. There is low momentum. When there is high momentum, this can be one margin call. Have you understood why it happens like that?
Yes, my leader. Yes, thank you.
Now let me go to the downward trend. Let's wait. Up. Now, this is the downward trend. Okay. Can you able to see here? Now, your robot buys high. You see it buys. Now, this can only work if you are having the maximum strategy in play. I don't know if you understand me. Your first buy, your second buy multiplies the previous one. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
Yes.
That's when your average price keeps on moving. But a trading strategy is not looking at pulling the average price close at the current price because of capital. A trading strategy is looking at taking advantage of the simple up and down movement of the market. I don't know if you get me. Because of capital. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Because if we use the averaging principle into trading, then most people will not trade. Because if we are telling people to take this strategy, 2, 4, 6, you understand this one? 2, 4, 8, 32. It means that people need huge capital to make that happen, all right?
Yes.
Yes, most people don't have it. So we put away the averaging principle and allow a robot once the market falls by 1%, rises by 1.3, so that it can be able to sell. I hope I've answered you.
Yes, thank you, sir.
All right. Hey, me, I'm not a PDF writer. Or if you have understood these things and you can write them in PDF, you write. Me, I'm not good at those things. These people love it, but me, I don't like it. So if you okay, if you okay, me, I do not like it. So if you have understood it, you go and put it in PDF. All right. My leader, you were too fast in calculating the time the margin call. Please repeat out to determine the margin call. Those things of PDF, many people like them, but they don't work out for me. But if you have understood it and you like the PDF, so many people came to me with the PDF issues. When I tried it out, I see that because this is not like, how can I say? I don't know. Okay, $500. This is your capital. Divide this by your first buying amount you want to use to trade us $15. You get 33 margin calls. Simple as that. If you want to use this, but we have already come up with our margin calls. I think using a $500, our margin calls are 48. These ones, the maximum you can have are 33. But using our trade settings, our margin calls are 48. These ones are only 33. So if you want to use this formula to determine, get your first buying amount. It doesn't matter which capital. Divide it by 1,000. Divide it by the margin call is then the first buying amount you want to use, depending on your equity and your capital. Let me say 30. You'll get 33 margin calls. Then you go and set your margin calls depending on how deep you want to go. Then that's when you say, what is the price of the coin? 18. I want to set my margin call 60% deep. Then you trade this coin until it gets to $7.2. I hope I've answered. All right, okay. Sorry, my margin call is 50%. I'm from checking. Okay. All right, with that, ladies and gentlemen, I would love to count the end. This is more than the time we are supposed to be here. I hope I've been able to help you understand. If not, let's meet again next Wednesday when we go into details about this. All right. Okay, thank you so much for attending. God bless you, everybody. And Leader OBM, please, you could close our morning session. Thank you so much, everyone.
Good morning, my leader, Commander. Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are from. Now, I posted something this morning. I said, I saw it on the net. It said, money don't make you rich. Skill makes you rich. You know, if you have the skill, you look at all around you, look at all this footballer, the musician, they started from being a rock them, you know, and they develop their skill. And the skill is what making them money. You know, before the Buhari, 2 days ago, about Daniel, you know, somebody paid him $6,000, you know, maybe just a picture. People I want that attachment. You see, I make it all money, you know. Now, you see how to navigate the board, you know, how are you teaching us, you know, how to pick trade every day to do that. Now, you can now have that, and you can you now manage to, you know, teach other people also. That is where, you know, I want to end. You know, leveraging on this glorious, and we have great support. You know, every morning Zoom, night Zoom, every day, everybody is here. Why don't you tell people about this bot? You don't have the money. You know, we tell you got money, learn the skill, start with one shot. Now, when you have the money, you don't want to talk to anybody. Yeah, you can do passive trading. You understand? Put it on cycle and start making money. But if you don't have money and you have the skill, and you are able to tell others, you know, you don't do the work, we do the work for you. You don't need to talk, we do the talk for you. And we also teach you how to present this to people by using the tools. YouTube, write up, voice message, you understand? And you start seeing the figures. Now, years back, I was in my country here, you know, those people handling the transportation side of the business, we call them Agberu. We call them NURTW here. I've always looked at them, since I read that book, I always look at them as these guys are making more than people that, you know, that wear tie and go to the offices. They make more in a day, but you know, doing what they are doing. And if you by mistake, you know, get into the administration there, you are made for life. And that's why those people, they don't want to leave, you know, the power they have over that kind of section. You understand? And now the politicians are using them because they see what they are making every day. Let me just share something with you this morning. Let me see. Sorry. I feel we need it. Okay, let me go. Now, can you see my screen? Hello, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Now, see this figure. No commercial buses, you know, 75,000 in Lagos. It's in Lagos. 75,000 commercial buses, and every day they deliver 3,000 naira, you know, to their boss, maybe to their their boss. Let's say their president. See how much they make every year. It's 2.1 billion naira every year. If you okay, see the number of motorcycles, 37,000 motorcycles, and they make every day, they deliver 600 naira, 8.1 billion naira. See the figures. Number of motorcycles, call them Kekemawa, 50,000. and they deliver 1,800. That's 2.9 billion naira. In a year, they control 123.1 billion naira. You can see how much these people make every day. Let's just keep the numbers down. If let's assume you have 7,000 members in your Royal King team, and let's just say this amount here is only $600. Let's say $1 every day. Now, see the figure. There's 7,000 members, and they just give you every day. That's 7,000 members. They give you every day $1. That's $7,000. Times 365 days. So you are making like $13.5 million. Now that's why we always tell you, look at the long term. The long term. Don't look at the short term here. That's why some of us are here every night. We are trying to build our team. And look at my team. Every day I'm always here. I'm always trying to leverage. I'm always trying to make my teammates better. Okay, look at where I am now. I'm saying, because I've done this thing before. In Million Monday, I had over 100,000 members. It is possible, but it's a long-term thing. I'm here for the long haul. Let's assume if I hit 100,000 and they're just giving me 50 cents every day, I'm okay. You understand? But it is a long-term thing. So wherever you are, if you are 200 members, 100 members, 500 members, try to work with your team. Always invite every day. You need to be inviting people every day, so that you can get the kind of figures the leaders are getting. What I'm getting now is even small, because so what most of our leaders are top B6 leaders are getting every day. People are making $500 every day because of leveraging. This is not only personal trading. We trade personally, but it's little if you can what you can do if you don't have the money. But you can talk, you can share this testimony. You can bring 1 or 2 persons to Zooms every day. You can invite them. I share to how many groups every day, lot of groups every day. You are live on Zoom. You are there. You have a WhatsApp group. You have a group. You are not sharing this opportunity. Do not be discouraged when you don't see 1 or 2. Somebody will follow you and they will duplicate you. Once they duplicate you, start seeing results. One day, so that one day, somewhere you sign up. I don't know that signed up, but I know by sharing every day, I'm getting them, gingered, and I'm getting somebody that really needs reactive, so that tomorrow, when maybe I'm sick, or tomorrow maybe I'm in on a location, or maybe I'm in an island, enjoy myself. They will catch the fire like I caught it. They will catch the fire like Dr. Kabanda has caught it, like Madam Madeline has caught it. One way or the other, maybe somebody in the jam like Doris Angel has caught it. Keep sharing it. One day you are going to hit that gold mine. Somebody that needs this opportunity. Do not be discouraged if you have only 1 day or 2 today or 3. We all started with 0, but we are where we are because we are sharing, and be consistent. Talent alone doesn't cut it. You have to be consistent. I heard something about Davido. They said his brother just became the governor in Osun State in Nigeria here. They said this guy will do concerts in 2 African countries, and he will receive watch down to his hometown, to shout the Mother Day. That's his brother's slogan, so that his brother can become the next governor. So the thing is, we have to be consistent, we have to be persistent, we have to be hard work. Hard work. You cannot remove hard work from reality. So I hope if you are listening to me today and this is your first time, please sign up. Royal Q is the real deal. Nobody leaves Royal Q. Nobody. Put me anywhere. But if people leave Royal Q, they will still reactivate in the future. But the thing is, keep on getting new people. You know, keep on practicing what our leaders here are teaching us. Reach out to people, bring them to your WhatsApp group, show them this Zoom every day, and you'll be glad you did in a year, in a month, in 2 months, in years to come. You'll be glad you did. So thank you, everybody. You have a great day. Take it away, Dr. Kabanda. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you so much for that amazing sharing, Leader OBM. I hope everybody has been inspired. So let's go and make things happen.